いこうと思います。影の内閣アスカロンクラブに顔を出す。ここやな。またいっぱい。ちょっとここ糸深崎競争剤あ、そうか、これは買ってるんや。一応準備はしてるけど、これどうやって行くねん、じゃあいつ行くねんっていう話だけやったか。今ここやからホワイトチャペルやな。まっすぐやな。
So, time to visit the Ascalon.
いや、その前にちょっと寄りますよ。やってる。あー、うわ、こいつ普通に出てくんねや。いけ、やれ。強っ。強い。あっ、うわ、やば。あかん。え、もうなんかいっつも最初これやな。あかん、ちょっと舐めてかかったら死ぬな。簡単にやられるな。さあ、気を取り直して。一発ってかでかすぎるな。 強い。どっち行こうか。でかい方行こうか。やばい。あー、もうあかんあかんあかんあかん。これ困る。あー、くっそ。しゃ。はい。あれ？どっちや？こっちか。こっちやな。あれ？これか。ああ、よしよし。開いてる？開いてるよな。オッケー。おるわ。なんかおるわ。でかいやつおる。で、こっちには人がおるか。やったろわ、おら。うわ、強っ。強い。レベル24。 でこっち。よっしゃー。はいはい、薬あげるよ。
Good evening, Doc.
How are conditions?
I always thought it was
And you're not sure?
empty coffins.
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice.
はい。
If you persist...
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye.
あんた元気やね。
Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Sure. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So, may I
絶
ask
対
you
ちゃ
a
う
few
よな
questions?
顔。
I'm not bothered.
Have you any recent news of...
Nobody dares to enter the dispensary now. Root.
おかしくなったな。
You and your father have a difficult relationship, Harry. Tell me, did he ever hurt you?
No. Never. My father can be brutal and rude. Violent even. But he never touched an hair on my head.
What is going on between you two then?
It's his job. If you can call it a job. He bullies people. Men and women we know, like poor Mr. Lewis. It's just not right.
Do you need any medical...
Yes, I do.
はいどう
You'll
ぞ。
feel better with this. But you need to get a grip, young...
I'm not sure I'm happy with it.
Goodbye, young...
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
その代わりちょっと物色させてもらいますよ。なんかないかね。もうここはないか。全部開けたか。あ、
It's locked,
正
all
常
right.
されてる。何入ってんねんそんな。じゃあまたね。口の悪い息子やな。
Maybe it's time to see if this Christina working.
これ近くにおるはずやねん。あ、おった。やった。どこおってん。
Good evening, Xiao Shu.
晚上好 Doctor.
なんか増えてない？
How is the sanitary situation?
My only relief is that my Matthew died before...
How do you feel now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to follow your advice, sir. I won't forget the dead, but my efforts will be for the living.
うーん。
Do be careful. These streets can be as dangerous as that terrible place where we first met.
That's true. And maybe it's the best reason to help people around here.
ああ。ヘッドセット頭痛いな。
Do you still think about your departed husband?
Of course I do. I'll never forget my beloved Matthew, but how do I put it? Now I miss him more than I want him back.
I know what you mean. And I think it means you're getting better.
Maybe death will take me the way it took Matthew, without warning and without mercy. But until then, I live on.
なるほど。
How do you feel?
don't feel good.
体調悪そうやね。
You should
は
recover
い、おひと
quickly
りさんいらっしゃい。
taking this.
Thank you, Doctor.
Goodbye for now.
よっしゃ。あと誰や。あー、このめちゃくちゃ悪いやつ。あ、ちゃうで、どっちおったおったおった。
How are you, boy?
もう口悪いよ、まあ。
Have conditions improved in Whitechapel?
I'm ready for whatever's coming.
もう行ったよ。
Have conditions.
I'm
あ
ready.
ー、ちゃうわ。
Do you need a...
Please.
はい、どうぞ。
There you go.
Very funny.
Goodbye.
いっか、これ。とりあえずこれで行こうか。これがわからんねんな。展示を読める人物を見つける4分の1。あと3人おるんか。この辺も全然集めきれてないよな。家入れてくれへんやんこの人。だからそこっち行こうか。ぐるっと回っていく感じか。
How are you, boy?
I'm not your
No,
boy,
shit.
alright? Now piss off.
ほんま口悪
Goodbye,
いな。
young man.
すぐ方向音痴なる。よし、こっちか。親父、チャンス、お前子供の面しつけぐらいしとけや。で、こっち。あ、
I cannot enter.
ああ、しまった。ここ開通してへんのか。回って開けようか。
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
Oh, Dorothea. I'm so sorry.
If I may.
こうか。逆やな。こっちやな。あ、そうか、先倒したとこやな。下行ったらややこいのおるけど、そっちこっちやったな。 あかんあかんあかんあかんあかん。死ぬこれ。危ない目合わせやがってお前。おい危な。ん？何かおるな。あ、これはちょっとスタントって強いやつや。うわっ、強い。それは人間では無理やで。同族で戦わんと。あ、ちょっと物色できるんじゃない？お、でかい家やな。おっと、なんかないかな。これか。おしゃれなもの食ってるね。てかあそこ食われへんねや。香りだけ楽しむとか言って。はい、どうもこんにちは。
Hello again, Jonathan. To what do I owe?
Sorry to disturb you again.
Of course, my dear.
Concerning your
Yes, I cannot promise you anything, but yet...
Do you think we shall ever see?
I know not, John.
Will you tell me your story one day, Lady Ashbury?
One of them, perhaps. I have had so many lives, Jonathan. Eternity may not be enough to relate them all.
When all of this is over, the war and the epidemic, we could leave the city for a while. Travel around Europe, you and I.
Traveling is always so complicated for us poor creatures of the night. But yes, I would be glad to travel the world with you, my dear.
Do you know if the epidemic has affected many people in the West End?
I confess I've been more concerned by events in the East End. The wealthy have more efficient ways of dealing with infection.
But this is no common epidemic.
That is true. I must tell my daughter to stay at home for a few days. But the girl is stubborn and fiercely independent. Much like her mother.
Goodbye, Elizabeth.
血の世の惨劇。グレードハントの衝撃の後、我らのうち残ったものはほんの少しだった。ウィリアム・マーシャルさん。出てきた。じゃあ行こうか。しゃどっからや。そうか。こっちは行かへんよ。もうこっち。あそこ開けとかんとまためんどくさい。迂回させられるもんな。あれ
It's locked, all right.
近くに隠れ家がある。開いてない。この辺か。この辺にあるんかな。ここあかんの。
I cannot enter.
あったな。扉あったな。あれか。あれやな。めっちゃ遠回りしていかなあかんのか。こうか。このルートやな。結局やらなあかんのか。強いやっちゃん。全然減ってへんやん。 もうちょっと接戦でいいよ。うわ早っ。どうやってそんな移動できるの。終わった。まだやってんな。あれ死んじゃった。うわあかん。お前早っ。意味わからん。強い。いやー強いな。こっからね。はい。あっさりやんけ。いいね。しゃ。こう見てる。どっち向きや。これか。この道やな。ほんでここまで来た。おるやん。電車走ってる。来たか。うわ、2人。 うわ、なんか聞けへん。あ、バリア張ってる。立ち上がりはあかんって。あかんあかんあかんあかんあかんあかん。ああ、もうめっちゃええコンビネーションやん、あれ。一匹で一人でやれるか。強いな、めっちゃ強いな。え？まさか。あかんあかんあかんあかん。こっちは行っても関係ないから。ここをどうするかやな。もうバッチリ見てるやん。走り抜ける？走り抜けよう。もうあーくそ。違うやろ、お前敵が違う。いけいけいけ、そこや。違うやろお前。ああ、もう最悪だ。立ち上がり攻撃すんなって。あかんわ。なんでやねん。あんなん言ったら 6対1でやるようなもんやろ。無理やろ。全体攻撃系いるな。 そんな持ってへんで。どこ？ああ、はい。もうあかんわ。もう逃げ切ろう。ああ。もうかまってられへん。無理や。あれ？何ローディングしてんの？あかん。あ、ここ人間おるわ。強い。ああ、そういうのはやめよう。とりあえず一匹。よっしゃ。うわ、5匹おるん。よっしゃ。危なっ。あかん。よくない。あと1匹。ああ、くそ。ああ、くそ、暴れたって腹立つわ。こっち行かなあかんねや。うまい。あ、倒した。じゃあ行こうか。ああ。あれ？ほんで閉めとけよ、もう誰か。ほんま来るで。 どこやったっけな。どこ開けとかなあかんっつったっけ。あ、これとこれとここに、ここもかな。ここに隠れ家があるんやなと。もうちょっとやな。おー、びっくりした。ここまで来た。で、そこ開ける。
It's locked.
こう行かれへんやろ。これうわー、ここまで来たのに。また戻らなあかんのかいな。うわ、またあそこ抜けなあかんの。ちょっと空いてへんとこ多すぎるな。よくない。さよなら、さよなら、さよなら。どこまで行ったらこうへんねんこいつ。あ、うだ。うわ、来た来た来た来た。くっそ、舐めやがって。何してくる。やり返しあるわ、仕返しじゃ。しゃあ、もう一人倒しとこう。ろくなことない。勢いでいくぞ。よっしゃ。赤、こいつのバリアあった。危なっ。つえ。 それあかんで、それあかんで、お前一番あかんやることやってるで。ああ大変。もっとええの持っとけよお前。対価見合えへんぞお前。バネと小銭ってお前。でどこまで行くんやったっけ。ここか。空いてないから、空いてなかったんやな。じゃあこれが空いてなかったんか。この道やな。また人型か。こんな毎晩どっかでこんな殺し合いとったら外出るのも嫌やな。終了。危な。持ってるやつでこっちの方がいいな。接近ゴリ押しの野郎はちょっとあかんわ。これをここまで来た。ここでぐーっと曲がって、ここでもやり合ってるやん。3対1。全滅。
Stupid newborn!
強いな。ああ強い。あれなんかアイテムなかったっけ。気のせいかな。あった。ほんでぐーっと曲がって、でここ右やな。左か。どこでやってる？
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
これやな。OK。ちょっとこの辺探索。すげえ声してる。うわ、火炎放射器か。毒切り。あかん。お、負けてるやん。あ、なんか嫌な予感した。この向こう側やな。
It's locked, all right.
これどこや。ああ、ここで回ったら開けれるんか。いかんで、こっちや。なんかないかな。
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
おるわ。あ、気づくんやそれ。うわ、うっ。 なんか偉い偉い偉い。そうやん。何持ってんねんあいつ。おお、なんでおんねん。倒したやんけ。ああ、3発でいけるんか。スタミナゲージギリギリやな。あかんあかんあかん。ちょっと5分休憩します。さあやろう。さあさあさあ、こっから銃撃できへんのかな。ちょっとやってみようかな。あー、会えへん。カーソルが会えへんのか。お前からや。お前やらんとちょっとあかんわ。どえらいことになるわ。よしよし。 えぐいえぐいえぐい。もう楽勝や。よっしゃ。どこ行くんやったっけ。こっちか。でここ負けとく。あ、空いてるわ。ここまで来た。ここで死んだんやな、あいつに。このでかいのからやっつけなあかんわ。こいつじゃない。まあええわ、やっつけよう。スタミナ回復。ガブガブガブガブガブガブ。逃げろ逃げろ。ガブガブガブガブ。危な。死ね。よっしゃー、危ない。
It's locked.
でこれか。ここ負けに行った方がええな。
The Ascalon Club, the heart of British vampire society. Not quite as subtle as I expected.
あ、一般人。
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence.
Oh.
Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God.
それか。
So you survived the war
旧
too?
友っていうことやな。
So sorry, I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
Do you need medical assistance, Clarence?
It's a little late for visiting hours, don't you think?
返しがええよな。
What can I say? I haven't lost my old habits.
I hope we're talking about the same
偏
habits.
頭痛持ちか。いつ戻った
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm
Yes.
involved in another kind of battle now.
ってなんや。
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
おおおおお。
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. The epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny, I didn't want to sound selfish.
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other. And so many things have happened.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I
なん
used
かあ
to
った
be.
な。
Is
何があった？
everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should
そうや
try
で
to...
薬あげたんやからちょっとゆっくり寝てくれよ。ここ開けとかんと。よっしゃ、これでスッといけるようになった。これか。よっしゃ。ルートの確保先した方がええんかな。入れない。ちょっとマップ見ながらどっからでも行けるようにルート確保しとかなあかんな。これとりあえずこことここは開けた。でここ行くにしてもこれこれ道あるな。そっち行ってみようか。それがおかしなってるやん。誰？
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please,
Oi,
no.
oi, oi, oi.
I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young...
娘か。
It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
そうや、娘やな、これ。養子縁組。
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Econ, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
なるほど、自立したんやね。
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich?
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night, since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
ああ、そういう時代なんや。
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest
女
of
性には
town.
投票権
That's
が
how
ない
progressive
と
they
か
are.
そういう国もあった
If
んか
this
もしれん
happens,
な。
Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me
もしかして。
guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
Are you a suffragette?
まさか。
Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously. And the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me, or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry, my mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Do you need my...
I am fine.
元気 OK?
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
多分これやろ。おいおいおいおいおいおい。お前何してんねん。あかんあかん、やばい。赤空振り。いけるいける。あ、くそ。ああ、大変。多分この人そうちゃう。ほんで、戻らずに、まだおるな。じゃあこのどこや。上か。なんかないかい。薬はたくさん作らなあかんからな。下降りられへんかな。ないか。何の音。降りて、おや。レベル25。ちょっと待って、怪しいな。うわ、これはあかん。これはあかん。うわ、あかん。やらなあかん。 うわ、何匹おるん。あ、まずいまずい。マジか。さあ、どっからや。ああ、こっからか。これで逃走経路考えとかなのかな。うわ、ないわ。あ、上上がれるんかな。とりあえず一匹ずつやっつけんと。これあかん。ほんで効果長いねんな。危なっ。あかん。よし。じゃあ一匹ずつやったらなんとかいける。この家怪しいな。間違いないやろ。あっこやろ。よっしゃ。レベルがえあ、置き土産か。
I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable.
癒やしせやな。しゃあ行くか。アスカロンクラブのリーダーに会って、信頼を勝ち取る。モノモース。 隠れ家は大抵寂しい場所に位置しています。薬は大量に作って常備しとかんとあれやな。
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
もうぐしゃぐしゃやんけ。もうちょっと綺麗にしたら。
There has been quite a battle here. I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
金はあるやろ。
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Welcome to the Ascalon Club.
あ、それだけ。金はなんかコロコロ落ちてるけど。あ、出ちゃう。すみません、間違えました。戻ります。あがよし。レッドクレイブ教に会う。お、良いだがオファーの近接武器。これか。どっちがええんかな。19種スタン。多分まあ人によって分かれるやろうな。 めっちゃあるやん。取ったかな。もう取れるもん取った。あら、あら、期待できますな。こ行かれへんのかい。いけた。こんばんは。
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him. Here, here, here. Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
Oh. 称賛はしてないな、別にな。友人で言っとく。利用価値があるって言ったらちょっと嘘つけって思われるかもしれんな。
She's a close friend, and I'm honored that she feels the same about me.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why do you suddenly need me?
The Ascalon Club only recruits the best, and you definitely fit the bill. Your scientific and medical reputation alone would qualify you as a candidate.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reed. But first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
ああ、そっちよりあれか。まあちょっと家族のこと辛いからな。ちょっと
How
黙っと
dare
ってほ
you
しいな。
speak so flippantly of my family?
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
まず確認。
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
裏の組織
Am
みた
I
いな。
supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members, and I do appreciate obedience.
でも殺したよ。
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the east end of all Skulls. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
まあ入るしかないんやな。
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My
儀
initiation.
式
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
ええ
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood.
何やるん
It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
おお、そういうこと。趣味悪い。
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
入っちゃったよ。大丈夫か
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago. Well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Bearer.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic. and your findings were quite alarming.
You were spying on me?
Not personally. I rarely leave this building. But once he found you, Fergal kept me informed. Until you put an end to his mission.
Who was Fergal? I don't see him sipping tea with the others.
でかいやつな。
Fergal Bansher was my squire of sorts. Even before becoming that magnificent beast, he was a brute. He served me well for decades.
No, I mean, what was he? He was clearly no ordinary vampire.
No, he was a Volcod. All muscles and instinct.
バ
Quite
ル
the
コ
rare
ット。
breed. Ferociously
でかいやつ
territorial.
はバルコット。
Mortals
人
often
間は彼らをウェアウルフ
mistake
と勘違いすることが多い。
You do know I killed him.
Yes.
Will you bear ill will towards me for his death?
Of course not. Your victory was quite impressive and courageous. You earned my respect.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied Scals in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reed, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Prewen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the Scals.
I have met peaceful and wise Scals. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Scals are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reed. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club, and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Have you heard of rumors of some horned vampire revealing himself and singing obscure songs around the city? What is this new malevolence?
Scals have been spotted everywhere in London. We are losing this
Good
fight.
evening, Dr. Reed. How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
It's quite unsettling. As a doctor, I am more used to being the observer than the subject observed.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be interested?
Well, as you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Dawson.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Is not the nature of this club a secret shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. I have spent
Padoka
years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
Ah, この人はそうなんや。
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
Are you a
Yes.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member, and a dying one at that.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Mr. Dawson, of Dawson and Dawson, the wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
But they are our enemy.
They are not my...
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable wall. To isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
Complete isolation has proven effective throughout history, but the death toll has always been a high one.
I am glad you understand the concept of necessary sacrifice.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed.
よし、出ようか。 さあ一旦今回はここまでで来ます。ここまでで終了です。とりあえず会に入会することになって、その人らからの、最初のミッションかな、ウエストランドの感染源を見つける。で、アスカロンクラブのリーダーに会って信頼を勝ち得るっていうところは成功しました。で、次ここですね。で、経験値5800枚貯まりました。もうちょっと進めて、これでも限界てか、ここの隠れ家がなんかこの辺にあるみたいなこと書いてあったんで、ちょっとその辺とエミリーの、サブミッションも、進めていきたいなと。次回はで一つずつちょっと潰していこうと思っています。ではご視聴いただきありがとうございました。また次回お願いします。